Your body doesn't treat all vitamins the same. Picture this: you have a bank account that saves money for months and a checking account where cash flows through instantly. Vitamins A, D, E, and K are your savings account. They need fat to even enter your system, and once they're in, they're stored for weeks or months. Vitamin C and all 8 B vitamins are your checking account. They dissolve in water, get used within hours, and anything extra is flushed out immediately. But here's where the story takes a sharp turn. Most people take their multivitamin on an empty stomach with water and wonder why nothing changes. If those fat-soluble vitamins don't have fat present during digestion, they pass straight through. It's like mailing a letter without postage. The address is right, but it's never getting delivered. And once this shift begins, a whole different system activates. Vitamin A, the immune shield your body can't function without. Everyone knows vitamin A helps you see in the dark, but that's just what happens at the surface. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Vitamin A is the master regulator of your mucous membranes, the protective barriers in your nose, throat, lungs, and gut. When vitamin A drops, those barriers dry out and crack open. Bacteria and viruses walk right in. To understand what happens next, you need to know one simple thing. Night blindness isn't just an eye problem. It's your body screaming that it can't produce rhodopsin, the light-sensitive pigment in your retina. And if that system is failing, your immune defenses are collapsing at the same time. At this stage, you'll see clear signs your body is shifting: dry, rough skin, frequent infections, wounds that heal slowly, eyes that feel gritty and dry. The fix? Carrots, pumpkins, spinach, mangoes, eggs, liver. But remember, eat them with fat like butter or olive oil, or absorption drops to almost zero. Now we enter the deepest stage. Vitamin D, the master hormone that controls 200+ genes. Here's the part you would never expect. Vitamin D isn't a vitamin, it's a hormone. Your skin manufactures it when sunlight hits cholesterol in your cells. And once it's active, it controls over 200 genes in your body, regulating everything from calcium absorption to immune response to mood. But here's where things can go wrong if you're not careful. Nearly 1 billion people worldwide have dangerously low vitamin D levels, not because they're deficient in food, because they're deficient in sunlight. And when vitamin D drops, your bones can't hold calcium. In children, bones soften and bend. That's rickets. In adults, it's osteomalacia, bone pain, muscle weakness, fractures from minor falls. Let me show you the safe way to do it and why it matters. 10 to 30 minutes of sunlight exposure several times a week, depending on your skin tone and latitude, or get it from fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks, fortified milk. But if you live in a northern climate or work indoors all day, supplementation isn't optional, it's survival. And once that's in motion, the body flips a switch you've probably never heard of. Vitamin E, the cell membrane bodyguard. Vitamin E is called an antioxidant, which sounds technical until you understand what it actually does. Your cell membranes are made of fat. Free radicals, the unstable molecules created by stress, pollution, exercise, even normal metabolism, attack those fats constantly, trying to rip them apart. Vitamin E sits embedded in those membranes and neutralizes the attacks before damage happens. Deficiency is rare, but when it shows up, the results are devastating. Peripheral neuropathy, where hands and feet lose feeling, muscle weakness, vision problems, even hemolytic anemia, where red blood cells break apart. Best sources are nuts like almonds and hazelnuts, seeds, vegetable oils, wheat germ, spinach. And yes, always pair with fat for absorption. But the real twist shows up when you look deeper into what the body does next. Vitamin K, the clotting factor that also builds unbreakable bones. Vitamin K does two jobs. First, it activates clotting factors, the proteins that stop bleeding when you're injured. Without it, even a paper cut can bleed for minutes. Second, it activates osteocalcin, the protein that grabs calcium and locks it into your bone matrix, making bones dense and fracture resistant. Here's where most people make a mistake that backfires. They take calcium supplements for bone health but ignore vitamin K. The calcium circulates but never gets deposited into bone. Worse, it can end up in soft tissues like arteries. Deficiency causes easy bruising, bleeding gums, nosebleeds, and over time, weak, brittle bones despite adequate calcium intake. Sources: leafy greens like kale, spinach, broccoli, cabbage, and fermented foods like natto, which contain K2, the form your body uses most efficiently for bones. Things change dramatically after this point. Let me explain. The water-soluble reality. Why you need these vitamins every single day. Vitamin C and the B vitamin family dissolve in water. Your body has no storage system for them. What you eat today gets used within hours. The excess leaves through urine. Skip them for even a few days, and deficiency symptoms start appearing. But what comes next is the part everybody overlooks. Vitamin C, the collagen builder that holds your entire body together. Vitamin C has one irreplaceable job: building collagen, the structural protein that forms the framework of your skin, gums, blood vessels, tendons, ligaments, bones, and organs. Without vitamin C, collagen synthesis stops. And when collagen production stops, your body literally begins to fall apart. This is scurvy, bleeding gums, teeth falling out, wounds that never heal, skin that bruises from the slightest touch, old scars that reopen. Sailors used to die from this on long ocean voyages. Today, full scurvy is rare, but subclinical deficiency is everywhere, especially in people who avoid fresh produce. And here's the science behind why your body reacts this way. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant and dramatically increases absorption of plant-based iron. If you're eating spinach, beans, or lentils for iron, pairing them with vitamin C can double or triple absorption. Best sources are citrus fruits, strawberries, kiwis, bell peppers, broccoli, tomatoes. But cook them too long, and heat destroys most of the vitamin C content. The B vitamin family. 8 different vitamins that run your entire energy system. The B vitamins aren't one nutrient. They're 8 distinct compounds that work as a team to extract energy from food, build red blood cells, maintain your nervous system, and synthesize DNA. If even one is missing, the entire system breaks down. Let me break down what your body is actually doing behind the scenes with each one. Vitamin B1, thiamine, converts carbohydrates into energy, keeps your nerves firing, maintains heart function. Deficiency causes beriberi, muscle weakness, nerve damage, heart failure. Found in whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, pork. Vitamin B2, riboflavin, essential for energy production from food. Deficiency causes araboflavinosis, cracked lips, magenta-colored sore tongue, inflamed skin. Sources include milk, yogurt, eggs, lean meats, mushrooms, fortified cereals. Interesting fact, riboflavin degrades in light. That's why milk comes in opaque containers, not clear glass. Vitamin B3, niacin. Coenzymes critical for energy metabolism, DNA repair, fat synthesis. Deficiency causes pellagra, the 3 Ds, dermatitis, diarrhea, dementia. Get it from poultry, fish, peanuts, fortified grains. Vitamin B5, needed to make coenzyme A, the molecule that releases energy from fats, carbs, and proteins. Deficiency is rare but causes fatigue, irritability, burning feet sensation, present in almost all foods. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine, processes amino acids, the building blocks of protein, essential for making serotonin, your mood and appetite regulator, and melatonin, your sleep hormone. Deficiency causes irritability, depression, anemia, insomnia. Found in fish, poultry, potatoes, bananas, chickpeas. But here's the part that surprises almost everyone. Vitamin B7, the beauty vitamin with a fatal flaw. Vitamin B7, biotin, powers enzymes that extract energy from fats, proteins, and carbs. It's famous for supporting healthy hair, skin, and nails. Deficiency causes hair thinning, skin rashes, brittle nails. But if you do this incorrectly, your results collapse instantly. Raw egg whites contain avidin, a protein that binds biotin and blocks absorption completely. Eat raw eggs daily for your protein shake? You're creating a biotin deficiency. Cook the eggs. Avidin is destroyed. Problem solved. Sources include cooked eggs, nuts, seeds, sweet potatoes, whole grains. And now comes the moment that shocks people the most. Vitamin B9 and B12, the DNA duo that protects your brain and blood. Vitamin B9, folate, is essential for synthesizing DNA and creating new cells, which is why it's critical during pregnancy for fetal brain and spinal cord development. Deficiency causes megaloblastic anemia, where red blood cells grow abnormally large and weak, leading to fatigue and weakness, found in leafy greens, beans, lentils, citrus fruits, fortified grains. Vitamin B12 does two irreplaceable jobs: building DNA and maintaining the myelin sheath, the protective insulation around your nerves. Without it, nerve signals misfire, causing numbness, tingling, memory problems, even permanent nerve damage. Together with B9, it controls red blood cell production. Lack of either causes the same anemia, megaloblastic. This final piece ties the whole puzzle together. Here's the upgrade almost nobody talks about. B12 requires intrinsic factor, a protein secreted by your stomach for absorption. Without intrinsic factor, you can eat all the B12 in the world and absorb almost nothing. This is why deficiency is rampant in people with stomach issues, those over 50 whose stomach acid declines, and strict vegans. B12 exists only in animal products: meat, fish, eggs, dairy, or fortified foods. The action plan you can start today. Fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K always consume with fat. They store in your body for weeks. Don't megadose. Water-soluble C and B vitamins. Eat them fresh every day. Your body flushes excess within hours. Consistency is everything. If you're taking vitamins on an empty stomach, following a vegan diet without B12 supplementation, overcooking vegetables, or eating raw egg whites daily, you're setting yourself up for deficiency even if you think you're being healthy. If this video was helpful, please subscribe for more and leave a comment.